What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Santiago. I am 28 years old. I just recently started this YouTube channel, and I would love to see where it goes for me in the future, in the near future. If you would like to, hit that button down below, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button so you know when my beautiful face will be on your screen once again. So, by the title of the video, this is going to be, for a lot of us, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to hear, but I want to share some wisdom, some advice, I guess you could say, just by with my own experiences. And I have nothing written down. There's nothing in front of me. I'm not looking off anything. I feel the most vulnerable when it pops from my head, and I can try to give it to you guys or try to help you guys as much as I can. And that's actually what I would like to do, or try to do. So, where should I start? Okay, child abuse. Now, it's a very touchy subject, but not many people talk about it as much as we should. Now, I was abused myself. As a teenage little boy, I was abused from someone very, very, very close to me, and who was actually my hero. Okay? I'm 28 now, so let's do the math. That was 13 something years ago, maybe. It still relives moments in my mind, and I have to be the one to shut them out. So right now, talking about it, it comes up, it makes me mad, makes me upset, but you don't want to let that determine who you are, first of all, and what day you're going to have. Now, this is my partner in my room. This is our room. I cannot tell you guys how many times I have sat in this room, lights off, dark outside, no one around. I'd push him away whenever he'd come and check on me. But bless his heart, he is definitely one, if not the best, one of the best people that I have that has entered into my life, and I love him for that. Thank you. But yes, I have a disability. I have many disabilities, and I know that one of them is my speech. This is off topic, but I will say I do stutter a lot, so I hopefully that doesn't bother you guys or anything, but I do stutter a lot, and I feel like sometimes my mind goes faster than what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm thinking, but it's hard for me to express it, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna really try my best. Please bear with me. Okay, so my room, our room, like I said, I've been in here for days, weeks, even months alone. On my phone, on YouTube. YouTube has been one of the biggest things that has gotten me to not think about the trauma. And let me just stop and say, if you're someone who have went through trauma, if you're someone who is going through trauma, or if you haven't been through trauma, and God forbids if something happens where you will eventually go through trauma, I just want to say, y'all are not alone. We are not alone. This is something that I had to figure that out on my own. I really felt like I was alone. I really felt as like no one else could understand where I was coming from or why I was how I was, because going to school, growing up, I was that weird, awkward kid. But like I wanted friends. I didn't know how to get friends or how to really talk to someone to bond with them, to have that so-called friendship that I always craved for. And it's so easy to wake up in the morning. Okay, when I was a teenager, I even a little boy, I'd wake up in the morning and I would feel so happy. Like I was so happy because yes, obviously not only did I get to live another day, but I got to see new people. I got to see teachers and they would help me, and because the environment that I was in, I couldn't go out. I couldn't hang out with people. I was very sheltered. And it made me lonely, pretty much. And trauma, it doesn't matter what trauma, there's numerous traumas that kids, grown-ups, that we all go through, but we all come back to being one trauma together. So like on a spectrum, there's hundreds of traumas out there, but it's still trauma. It doesn't matter whether it's child abuse, it doesn't matter if it's sexual, if it's physical, if it's mental, it's all still trauma. It's all still one thing that makes us who have experienced it stronger internally and then together, hopefully. Now, some advice that I would really want to give to people who have went through it or maybe going through it now is don't stay quiet. My whole life, I was silent. I was quiet. I never told anybody. I felt as I didn't want to give them my problems. I felt like I was supposed to do it on my own. I did not come out and tell my boyfriend my story until I was 25. Actually, yeah, I was 25. And we actually met when I was 24. So, in about a year, I waited a year before I actually told him. And I've told his mom. I've told the rest of their family. I told my own siblings. And we no longer speak. And there is a big reason behind that I would love to share later on. But if I had any regret in life, it would probably be, or yes, not only any regret, but if I do have an advice to give, say something. Say something. Please say something. The man who abused me is around kids. He was around kids. He was principal. He was superintendent. He was teacher. He was a father. He was people's heroes. Like people looked up to this man. I don't even want to call him a man, but people looked up to this person, this evil person, because on the surface, he was this great, amazing person who cared for the students that he was teaching, the students that he was taking out of class because he thought that was the right thing for the school itself. But little did people know what his motives were, what he really was fishing out to reel back in, if you know what I mean. Many, many, many nights would always say, has a meeting. I gotta go to a meeting. I'm not gonna be home for dinner. He never was. He did not show up until later on. And him and his wife, they never had sex. They never had sex. They never were passionate with one another. Why is that? We cannot let these traumatic events define who we are. We can't. No more. No more. You know, it's that's not who we are. None of it was our fault. When something traumatizing happens to you, it's not your fault. Do not keep blaming yourself. Do not let that devil win. That devil is going to try and try and try to latch onto you, to pull you down, to have them win, and they'll be happy. They're going to continue to live their life, and you're going to continue to be miserable, depressed, suicidal, and I don't want to see that with anyone. Not to animals, not to children, not to elders, women, men, to no one. And we live in a world and in a society that is so hateful. We've lost ourselves. We're not going up, we're going down. We've lost ourselves. We've lost the love that we once had. And the trauma takes away that. And it puts us even more depressed, even more lost in life, because we feel alone. And I want to say, you are not alone. It took me this long to get my phone, to start recording, and to start this video. I didn't know how I wanted to start it, but I know that I wanted to. And there's a lot of things with my experience, and I would like to share it one day. But I definitely want to make sure that I'm mentally ready to share it. But I was mentally ready to share this right now, just in case I could help anyone. There are channels out there, I can name a few, that has helped me, and I would like to share them. Protect the Innocent. That is one of the channels here on YouTube. Go check them out. They are one of the best content views, or the best YouTube creator out there. They take these evil people off the streets of Florida. They want to make it around. It takes a lot to do around the world, but they start in one state. Primarily it's Florida. But evil people are everywhere. And go follow them. It would help them tremendously to continue to keep doing what they love to do. Another one is SoftWhiteUnderbelly. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about him, about Mark and his crew. I'm sure you guys have heard about him. He is phenomenal. He gives the lost souls a voice. He gives people who has a story come to life. And what more to sit down and listen to everyone telling their story, because we're all different. We're all different. No one's the same. We may have went through very similar backgrounds and we have similarities and we might have experienced the same trauma, but we're all different. But we are all kind of the same too. So my biggest message from this video itself is, if I can help even just one person come and share what they have experienced, or the trauma, or get through to them, to know that you're not alone, to know that there's other people who's went through the same thing, and to give them a microphone and to have a voice, to give them their voice, because we all deserve to use our voice. We all deserve to share the light that we have internally. It's just getting blocked by shadows, by demonic shadows that will not leave us alone. But why do we keep letting them take us down? Why? It shouldn't be like that. No. We're the stronger ones. We are the strong ones. We are going to kick their butts and send them away. I might have to do a part 2 to this video. I really do have like a lot floating in my head, and I don't want to just be sitting on camera like not saying anything. So I do apologize. Please just give me a second. I don't even remember where I wanted to even start back up with that. Yeah, please don't. I wish I could just take the tears, take the anger, the miserable, the depression. I wish I could take all of that from whoever is experiencing that right now. I wish I could just take it away, but I can't. I can only try to share some light with the not so evil that's in the world. It's so evil. This world is so evil. But I might make another video, you guys. I might make another video. By the way, this might be 20. It might be a 21 and older video. I do smoke, and I feel very antsy right now. I feel like it's marijuana. It's legal. It's legal, so it's okay. I'm safe. I'm not going anywhere. I might have to smoke real quick, and I'll be right back. But give me 1 second, okay?